Welcome, welcome, everyone. Well, I'm just gonna say this. We're gonna be doing a giveaway right away because we hit 50 viewers before we even went live. I want to make sure everyone can hear me, that you can see me, you can see the video, you can hear the music. I want to make sure everything's on par before we get going. Awesome. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today, and this is a momentous occasion. Sorry, it's pretty cool. So this is part 1 of 2 reveal streams for Winter Wonderlands, or I guess you could say everything is a Winter Lava Land. Mostly everything is Winter Wonderlands content. As the devs stated, they pushed back the cave aspect, or the everything is lava. There is some lava stuff though, so we will be looking at that. I'm very excited to share this new content with you. I would like to just see what kind of excitement we have in the chat though right now. Who is excited to see this reveal today? Who is... Oh my gosh, you guys make me laugh. I love you guys so much. Guys and gals. Sorry, I say it is just a, unanimous phrase. But anyway. Hey, Dirty Rollers, how you doing, buddy? So, this map, as you see in front of you. Sorry, I have a little schedule here. Sneak peek. You didn't see anything, did you? Sorry, I'm so hyped for today, and I'm just like tickled. I'm really loving it. Hey, Reaper, thank you for the follow. So just welcome one and all. First off, my name is Mac. I am the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. This is the official Dungeon Alchemist channel, and today we're going to be showcasing some new content from our upcoming update, releasing on January 31st. The update is titled Winter Wonderlands. As you can see, it's a snow biome. Are you kidding me? We're at night. What? Hey, Zalent, how you doing, man? Oh my gosh, so many people in here showing their support. So let's do a giveaway, and if we hit 100 viewers, we'll do 2 giveaways. We're going to give away a copy of Dungeon Alchemist just to start off the stream. Because, oh my gosh, you guys are just coming in force right now. Let's see here. Let's see. Gotta set this up. Ready Meal, if you already have one, you can give one to a friend or family member, or give it away on your own, socials or streams or whatever. Give it away to a DM you find near and dear to you. Hold on one second here. Just setting this up. And you don't have to enter alternatively, so there's always that. Anyway, so I am going to start the giveaway. It's for a Dungeon Alchemist Steam key. Pumped for the update. Nice to hear it, Tearless Future. You guys have revolutionized my VTT games. Love this program and likely will be pimping it on our company products in the future. Konoon, thank you so much for the love. Okay, we're going to start the giveaway. We have 10 minutes to enter this first giveaway. Reaper, thank you for the love. Moondruid, this is the only one I care about. Remember, you must be following the stream to enter the giveaway. So follow the stream, type !giveaway, and then enter. And we will be showcasing our newest update throughout the stream and doing giveaways throughout the stream every 50 viewers. So post the stream, share it on your socials, let your friends in Discord know. The more viewers we have, the more giveaways we'll be doing. I've got plenty of keys, so it's not a problem. Just make sure you hit that follow button and type !giveaway. Now, With that in mind, let's continue. This is one of my favorite new assets, the Snow Golem. I just think we should call him Fred. I don't know why, but I'm feeling Fred. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but Fred speaks to me. So one thing I'm gonna do to blow your minds right now, Olaf? Oh, really? I mean, come on, man, that's kind of contrived. Basically, yes, this would be a very good rendition of Asmodeus in action with the banhammer. Garth, George, Fred is the best golem ever. Freddy the Snow Golem was a jolly scary soul with ember eyes. He came to life and terrorized us that day. Oh my gosh, Remy, stop. Stop. Okay, so one thing I wanted to point out to you with the new update that some of you may have noticed already and some of you haven't, is there is now a lot of passive animation. And what that means is, here, let me, first off, oh yeah, I'm in high quality, okay. Look at the trees. Look at the shadows. They actually move now. And it's actually very, very cool. It's so alive now. And it's very interesting to me because I was talking to our lead dev, Carl, or some of you know him as Aranus on our Discord, and I said, will this be very intensive on PCs? And he said, no, it's actually not a bottleneck at all. It's very, very resource light. So that's a good thing. Now, I wanted to show you guys something else you can do with snow, and this is very cool. Yes, you can, actually, Dr. Feargood. We'll talk about that in a bit. Yep, they do. So, you know what? I'll just talk about it right now. It's later on in my list, but we'll talk about it. Okay? So, in our next update, we are introducing animated exports. Okay? So, none of the negativity about no animations. There is now animated exports. Okay? And this is a huge quality of life improvement. Y'all have been asking for this forever. Remember, if you're interested in winning a copy of Dungeon Alchemist for free, make sure you hit that follow button and type !giveaway. Okay, so if you go to File and Export, just like you would any normal export, check this out. You can actually either, under the format, set it as video, just video only, and what it does is a 30-second MP4 loop. And you can always take that MP4 and change it into, you know, a WebM or whatever, a GIF if you want to, but it renders as an MP4 for 30 seconds. 103, oh my gosh. Hey, General, how you doing? Salute. Man, so many people are here. So, when you do a video export, you get a 30-second seamless export. So, light sources, anything that's animated and moving, so like a windmill or a water wheel or a moon gate or anything of that nature. So anything you have in a map that is animated, lighting sources, etc., it will all be animated in that loop. That would be awesome, but honestly, in a top-down, you would never see the doll blink anyway, right? Oh my goodness, there's so many people here. So we're going to be doing another giveaway as soon as this one ends. So enter this one if you haven't, and make sure you stand by to enter the other one. I have no idea, Backlash. That's a really good question. You know, we could ask the devs, but they're probably in bed at this point, or getting close to being in bed. Remember, I am like the lone member of Dungeon Alchemist that works from the United States. Pretty much everyone else in that works for DA is basically in Europe or Belgium. We do have a few moderators in the US, Remy, etc., that are incredibly helpful to help me out during those time slots when it's like, you know, when everyone in Europe is asleep. So anyway, I appreciate everyone being here. We have a huge worldwide community. I know, it's getting late for you guys, and I appreciate you all being here at this late hour. Now, I want to show you something that will blow your mind. We kind of got sidetracked with animated exports. And remember one thing with exports, so let's say you export for Foundry. Notice here it says file type. You can just switch to MP4 video and export for Foundry. Then you have the MP4 video and the JSON with the wall data. So you can export both if you want to. Just export it twice. Very simple. Now, looking at this map, how many of you have old maps that you would just love to just add some snow to and call it a day? I need to do one with animations. We'll open up a map that has animations, okay? We'll check that in a minute, Tide. Check this out. So this map, I already added snow to it, and it was a snow biome to begin with, but I'm going to turn off... Oh, I just crashed it. Okay, remember, everyone, this is a beta build, and it's bound to have some issues. I got to hurry and submit this bug report so Carl knows what to fix before it goes live. Switching from snow to no snow weather. Weather to switch. Honestly, this looks cool when it works. Mac. Contact Mac. Okay. It's okay. They know what I'm saying. Right? Okay, we're gonna reload. Remember, everyone, when I'm in this beta build, there is some wonkiness, and there's things that are being tested and worked out. The whole most of the next 10 days will be testing regarding that. So I just keep that in mind. So back to what I was gonna show you. You can basically snow or de-snow a map. Hopefully this doesn't crash. So as you see here, this is this map without all the trees and environment covered with snow, just the floor. So let's say, let's open the Forgotten Stairwell. I love this map. It's a great map. Okay, how much time is left on that giveaway? We got 1 minute and 42 seconds. Hey, Nikki, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. So check this out. We're going to winterize this map. You guys like this map? It's pretty cool, right? Go into terrain. Change terrain type. Switch weather to snow. I have just winterized this map. So you can take pretty much any map that exists in your library and winterize it, which is incredibly cool. Make sure you enter the giveaway, Nikki Raiders, exclamation giveaway. Hit that follow button first. We got a minute left. It's the one of 2 giveaways. We're well on our way to 3 if we hit 150 viewers. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate the love. We're kind of covering a lot of content now, so I don't have a whole lot of time to converse with you Raiders, but please ask questions if you do about the product, and we'll do our best to answer them. It was pretty quick, right, Geronimo? Sorry about the crash. Honestly, I've switched the snow back and forth a bunch of times, never seen it. So that was a bummer that it did. Yep. So you could take as we just did. Oh, just a dusting of snow. You have to snow the whole map, as far as I know. There may be. I feel like I saw Vim post a video where you could paint snow on things, so maybe that is coming in a way, like in some regard, sooner or later. Oh, don't want to show you that yet. Right, Dag, right? Okay. Just a moment. I made a map playing with hot springs, actually. It's just there's so much new content buried in this update. Oh my gosh, Starseeker won? Wait, who won? I'm confused. Did it say Starseeker won? Ah, you gotta claim it or someone else gets it. Ah. Dang, chat's been flying. I didn't even notice it. You know what? Tell you what, they both win. How about you guys, Starseeker and Blood Skulls? Are you guys here? Type exclamation claim, Blood Skulls, please. Cool. Honestly, we already had 2 giveaways, so that's a good start. If we hit 150, we'll do another one. Yeah, that slow mode messed it up. Congratulations to you both. Can we give me just a minute here? I am gonna issue these keys. Sorry, there's a lot of paperwork involved with giving away a key, and I want to make sure I cover everything, you know? Okay. I'm going to whisper the first key over to Blood Skulls really quickly. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are just following up on a giveaway that we just did, so I'm just sending the keys off, and then we'll get back to showcasing the product here. And we're showcasing our new update, Winter Wonderlands, for those of you that are just getting here. My name is Mac. This is the official Dungeon Alchemist channel, and I am the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We will be, like I said, showcasing update information for our next update, Winter Wonderlands, throughout this stream. Also, every 50 viewers, we will be doing a giveaway. So if we hit 150, another giveaway. So we just did 2. One for 50, one for 100. Okay, let's see here. I just whispered you a key, Blood Skulls. And Darcy, looking for you in chat. 1 second. There you are. Blood Skulls, can you confirm in chat that you got the key? I love to, like, verify the legitimacy of our giveaways as often as I can. Okay. Starseeker, go ahead and verify in chat that you got your key, please. We're showing something new right now, actually. So, little bit of information here. So, this is snow biome stuff, and as you can see, we've got a few new assets here to check out. This asset is actually pretty cool. It's an outhouse that I kind of just... Oh, Didn't mean to do that. That I converted into like a, kind of like a sauna. So, and then here I made actually like a hot spring. And how I did that, let me show you something incredibly cool. You guys are going to love this. Drum roll, please. Okay, so in the next update, we're introducing effects. So there is a ton of new effects. I did have a roof, and then I took it off. I was hoping more people would be mind blown by that. But yeah, so there's a few new objects that you can remove the roof from and place them at will. So steam is what I did here. I placed some steam over the hot spring, and now it's got a, you know, an interesting... This water is now a hot spring. Okay, so... You guys are funny. Now, let me reiterate roofing. Not everything will have roofs. Just a few objects that you can remove the roof from at this time. The devs have heard you that you're interested in roofs or ceilings, and they're working on a solution. So they're going to release a few assets that you can remove the roofs. So this is one of them. There's actually, I'll just show you another one. This shed is pretty cool. So it's a big, huge shed, and it's got that roof as well. So if you have a map with snow, the snow will be on the roofs. If you have a map without snow, then there won't be any on the roofs. So you could just have the snow biome where there isn't a recent sprinkling of snow. It's actually a really good question. I haven't even checked that. Let's drop my little Mac token. We'll see. We'll pop in here. Oh, you totes see that roof in first part. But I can't even seem to get in, actually. Okay. It's probably because it's on this ice. Let's go in here. And we go in. No, okay. I need to tell the devs that we can't go into these structures in first person. But that's exactly what these beta streams are for. Finding little things like this. So... the shed can be decorated. I actually, in these objects, you can place all sorts of stuff on the shelves and stuff and fill them up with assets and decorate them and move them around together. But yeah, we could drop the token in directly. That's smart, Seisu. Let's also put a light source in there so we can actually see. Anyway, so the roof is present, and then if you take it off, it is now gone. So not every building will have roofs. I want to reiterate that, but quite a few will. Am I too tall? It could be problematic. Let's check. Nope, it is just blocked. I got a point. This is an invisible wall. It's okay. That's good to know. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the shed. And as you can see, this map is a snow biome with some ice here and some ice flows, but I de-winterized it, i.e. got rid of the most recent snowfall in the winter setting, here in the weather setting. You can go in and change it, and now it looks like there's a fresh, sorry. Got a cat fur on my face. A fresh powder on top of everything. Question. Is removable roof object is exported to Foundry with the roof export is... Yeah, so if the roof is present, when you export for Foundry, it's essentially a JPEG or an MP4 image. So that if you export with the roof on, the roof will be present in the export. It'll just show like this in a top down, essentially. So if I were to run here, we needed to do an animated export, right? Let's do one really quick. I want to see how big this is. So we have the steam, we have the torches, right? I'm going to save that. I've never done one of these. There's not a layer you can, like, remove the roof in that. You would have to make multiple exports, one without the roof. So let's say you use Foundry and Monk's active tiles and someone went into one of these buildings that you can remove a roof. You could have a version of the map with a roof and a version without that you export, right? And then essentially you take that, and when someone enters there, the roof opens up so you could see. Can I hide a beacon in something? What do you mean? If I am big in the shed, can I go in then? I think it's just an invisible wall. You mean those, like, beacons that are like the huge stack of wood that are on fire? I just want to make sure I know about which object you're talking about. Okay. So, the MP4 of 30 seconds at 1080p, or whatever, you know, resolution it is it's 40, here, I'll pull this down so y'all can see it. As you can see here, it's 43 megabytes. Let's open that. So just look at the steam, the shadows, the trees moving around. It's incredibly cool and active now. Yep, you can always convert this to a WebM, compress it in other ways. Play that one more time. But as you can see, the steam is moving, the light sources are moving, everything is kind of just doing its thing. Trees. Of course, we'll show some more effects. We're going to show a lot of stuff throughout the stream. Remember, we've got an hour and a half of stream showcase left, so we're going to be sharing a lot of content. Nikki, you like that? Thanks again for the raid, by the way. Much appreciated. So you would compress the file to a WebM using free online tools, and then that would make it much smaller. However, though, you wouldn't have dynamic lighting and stuff with a free account. So I would recommend with Roll20 taking advantage of that. If you have a pro account, you can use our API script, which I have it on high authority, will be updated and ready with dynamic lighting with our new update. Yay! So if you use Roll20 and you've been wanting to take advantage of the dynamic lighting and haven't been able to yet, you will be able to now. Carl actually updated the script. Question, could the team put an option to put a layer above the image overlay so we can do alchemy with the boring maps we already have? You can add snow to any existing map, Zep. So you could just open up, and I'm going to show you what I mean. You can open up any old map. Here, let's open up this Bullywug camp. Christmas in January. It's a little late. Sorry about that. You go to the terrain tab. And now this swamp has been winterized. Oh, not in this update. I would love that, you know, to put in like a PNG of a blueprint or an overlay of a map and then use that, but tracing for, you know, that kind of thing, you could use something like an app like Pure Ref, but I don't have any solution right now within DA. I don't have any ability to add extra snow that I'm aware of. So, like, as you can see, there's no snow terrain in this one because we're in the native terrain it was, which was grasslands floodplain. We're just adding snow to it. If I change this map to snow, it would reset it. But it's 12 months early, Gravity. I like you. I like the way you think. Is that snow in the water, right? It probably is something we should bring up with the devs. I will mention that to them, okay? I like it on the wood structures, too. It looks... Here, let's zoom in and take a look here. Like, look at that. It just looks so cool. Like a light sprinkling of powder. What happens to a dungeon floor? Oh my gosh, there's so many of you here, and I just want to say thank you for all the support. I appreciate you all being here, and like I said, we've got an hour and a half left of revealing content and how this new update works. I'm just kind of, you know, drip feeding stuff to you because I want to make sure I cover everything, and also I want to make sure, you know, people that are just coming in see this stuff. So I'm sorry if we're covering things slowly. You know, Last Blue Sun, I wish I could answer that question. How far out is the random dungeon button? If I had to wager, I'd say that's going to be one of the last updates we do before we leave early access. Just strictly because the AI will be the most trained it can be. The assets will be the fullest they can be, so dungeons can be very diverse and interesting. And... you know, with that in mind, it's frustrating, but at the same time, it makes sense. I just am basing it off of logic, not anything I know on insider information. In fact, the devs typically pick the next update almost like after this previous update is finished. So they finish an update, and then they have a meeting as a team, and then pick the next update. I do know the next update, like the next one will be the cave biome, the floor is lava, finishing off this update. Because it was supposed to be a 2-part update that was Winter Wonderlands and floor is lava. So winter and caves, but the cave AI proved to be a little bit more difficult and struggle bus than we anticipated. So we delayed that aspect. So there's a lot of assets that are... from that update, but no AI related to generating caves. Grim, I appreciate that too. Okay, so... yes, they do. Thank you for dropping that link. Hey, can you drop a Discord link as well? We have a lot of new faces in here, and I'm sure they would love to know about our Discord. So we have Adrian, we have two updates on our roadmap related to water-based content. We have High Seas, which would be mostly boats, oceanic content. And then we have Water Worlds, which would be river, underwater, waterfalls, etc. And those two would cover quite a bit of content, and they're still yet to be, you know, revealed on our roadmap as we progress through each update. So we've been looking at this map for a minute here. Sorry, Moondrew, there's so many questions coming through, and I'm trying to catch them all. Let me see what I missed here. What did you say, buddy? I'm trying to read them as I go. Oh, sorry, I thought you had a question too. Okay, so we're gonna start a new map. We'll make a snow map so everyone can see what the snow looks like. Okay, so obviously the new biome is snow. You guys have seen these other biomes 100 times. Snow is the new one. You have a bunch of different elevation types. I like hills because it's diverse. Let's do a ravine though. Yeah, I understand. Read them out loud so later on, if people are watching the stream, they know what I'm talking about. I try to do that the best I can, but man, it is crazy today. There's a lot of questions, so sometimes I miss that. Anyway, so we're going to generate it with, let's do lakeside, okay? And we'll do it water level, and we'll do it without weather, okay? So no, you know, fresh powder. You know, actually, I think it was Alter. Was it Alter? Someone did Sea of Thieves maps in our community. So this map generated with the ice and the snow already. You know, I might just overlay the chat because so many people want it. I prefer not to have it because I think it ruins immersion, but a lot of people who watch the VODs like to have it, so it's probably a good idea to have the chat. In the future, I might do that. Oh my goodness. We have just so many faces in here. Okay, sorry, I got a little distracted. So the ice is incredibly cool. This map generated is nice, as you can see. So is the ice. So let's go in terrain. So I will say this, they're working out mixing terrain types such as water. So if I punch water into this, it may not look as good as you're hoping. I'm just going to throw that out there. Oh my gosh, it crashed. Attempt to paint water on ice. Oh my gosh, I can't type today. I've been up since like 3 preparing for the stream, so I'm a little, it's noon 30 where I live. Another bug report. No, Adrian, no. Every 50 viewers we do a giveaway. Remember, it's a beta. This build is like, they literally provided me a build this morning at 4 or 5 a.m. and I've been familiarizing myself with it. Okay, let's try this one more time. Hopefully it doesn't crash. So notice I just changed it to water. It's one or the other. Okay, I'm going to blow y'all's mind, though. Okay, you guys ready for some mind blowage? You guys ready for your mind to blow chunks? Oh my gosh, Wolf Gold. Yeah, welcome to Vegas, bro. Welcome to Vegas. So, what's also cool about this, you can still have them separate from each other. So as long as they're independent bodies of water, you can do this. I don't know why they did blood, because they've been so anti-blood. I'm gonna give Vim so much crap for this, because it clearly says blood, like, and we've been anti-blood splatter for like ever. Make them. You guys want to make some obsidian? This isn't Minecraft. Here's some murky, kind of muddy water. Here we are back to just normal water. And remember, like I said, if these are separated bodies... Thank you. You used it? Oh, cool. Hold on one second. Come here, you. Oh. So, I welcomed a new member to my family this week. He's the most adorable little boy, Seymour. Sorry, he just melts my heart entirely. My wife just gave him a bath and brought him up here. I just gotta give him a love. You wanna say hi? Oh my gosh, he's cold, so he's just like nuzzling into me so hard. He's been zooming? Say hi. Say hi. That's a good question. Well, so Backlash, the devs have been wrestling with the AI for caves this whole time, and they put it back, so they delayed that content and delayed this content as a result of which. And there's some cave assets in here, which I will show you guys as we progress through the stream, but I'm hoping we're only 2 months away. Don't quote me on this. I'm hoping that, you know, we can get it as soon as end of March. That would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a January 31st release for this content, for sure. Definitely. So, I named him Seymour after Futurama. Like, does anyone ever watch that show? Okay, let's put some lava here. We got a lava flow. Now, what happens if we merge them? Everyone wants to know. Oh, the lava overflowed it. I mean, how would you perceive that from a top-down perspective when you export it? You would just have to tell your people that those walls are the ceilings of the caves. You know what I mean? No explosion, disappointing. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. What's the saddest animated? Oh, because it didn't blow up. I'm sorry. Okay, let's look at... let's open a new map. We're just going to keep making snow maps. Let's do flat this time. And we'll do it without the weather. Yeah, exactly. That's just, you know, that's how it would work. Goodness, it crashed again? Or did I just close it without even paying attention? It is the saddest, but it's wholesome. Seymour is such a good boy. And honestly, they retcon it later that he, like, didn't spend his whole life waiting there, so I guess it's not so bad. Is Carl in here? Hold on. Did Carl say hi? Oh my gosh, is Carl here? What's going on? So if you want to do like an isometric shot, nothing's stopping you from just, going in with the camera, opening up cinematic mode and, recording a loop or taking a screenshot. This is essentially a drone camera. You can move around and get any isometric shot you want on any map, Adrian. So question, is it possible to add isometric exports for VTTs because it looks so much better than top-down? So a lot of people like isometric maps, and they do look good. I agree. I think each type of map, top-down and isometric, have their own beauty and are great in their own ways. Obviously, Dungeon Alchemist is primarily designed for exporting in top-down. We hit 150. Okay, we're gonna do another giveaway. Woo! Okay, so but yeah, you can get in an isometric view yourself and then take a screenshot with F or R, and that's in cinematic mode here. So then you can use those screenshots for isometric maps, handouts, chase scenes, intro scenes, etc., walkthroughs. I haven't started the giveaway yet, you nerds. Gosh, jumping the gun much. All of you are nerds, everyone. Okay, starting it now. Y'all jump the gun. Thank you for all the follows. By the way, you must be following to enter the giveaway. So make sure you hit that follow button, type exclamation giveaway, and then keep hanging out in chat because you got to claim it if you win. So make sure you stick around because you don't want to win and not be here. Oh my gosh, 150 people. This is crazy. Thank you so much for being here. I do want to point out that this is part 1 of 2 reveal streams where we'll be showcasing this content. Part 2 is mostly for people who missed part 1, but there will be a few extra things that are in part 2 that you may, if you were here for part 1, you'd like to catch part 2. Oh my gosh, bro, I see that you love me and I love you too. Thank you. Much appreciated. It's on slow mode. We got this. Unlock. Oh my goodness. Will asks, do you do anything for Lunar New Year? Buddy, so Will, I would love to get out of the house and hang out, but my wife is super immunocompromised, so that means the pandemic isn't over for us, and she can't even get the latest booster until her doctor approves it, so essentially, I don't go out until she can get the latest booster, and even then, like, we still mask up and stuff, and it's just one of those things, man, so I appreciate the invite and the ask, and I know you're new in town and trying to, find people to hang out with, and that would be awesome, bro, I would love to, but it's gonna have to wait a little bit, unfortunately. We are giving away a copy of Dungeon Alchemist, which there is an update releasing in 10 days. The Winter Wonderlands biome, which you see in front of you. Okay. So, let's look at more effects. There was a lot of questions about effects. So, we're going to go through them one by one and look at them, okay? So, let's start with will-o-wisps. They look pretty cool. You can just erase them. Now we're going to do fireflies. Fireflies. Shiny. We got some brown coats amongst us, huh? Okay. Electric arcs. Now, we've seen these electric arcs before when you had the 2 coils next to each other. The 31st, D&D Mark. The 31st, my friend. Okay, I'm not going to show any more effects. Sorry, we're done. I'm just kidding. We'll show them all. Just like to give a moment of sadness before we move on. So this one here, I think a lot of people will find incredibly interesting. Say, Sue, you know. Black smoke. Now, a lot of you wanted Fog of War, right? Well, guess what? You now can kind of do Fog of War in Dungeon Alchemist. This is technically more like magical darkness or a smoke. Necrotic fog. All of those would work very well. Right? Even our mods or minds are blown right now. I love this. I love it. Oh, it's been so hard to keep this tight-lipped for the last few weeks. Okay, so we have 5 minutes left in the giveaway. Make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't already, and then type !giveaway to enter. Oh, I know Xe will like that smoke. That'll help for his campaigns. We got some blue smoke here, which kind of adds to this really cold ice there. Honestly, Seisu, I am about a week ahead of you guys at most. So, like, I got an access to the dev build 3 days ago, and then I got access to another build this morning with a lot of effects and stuff. So it's like, oh, I have to learn it on the fly and then showcase it. That blue smoke is pretty cool. And you can just erase it like you can with the object eraser. So if anyone's used the, you know, the object brush, the erase object, the object eraser, it's very similar. Same concept. Let's do a cold fog. Ooh, it takes a second. It kind of wisps up. You see that? Ooh, I like that. Lightning and smoke. Why not? Remember, every 50 viewers will be doing a giveaway. So make sure you hit that follow button and stick around. This one's got about 4 minutes left. After that one, when we hit 200 viewers, we'll do another. Let's do some fireflies in there. 3 effects. You know what? We're going to keep going until we crash it, okay? You guys ready for another one? Will-o-wisps. Black smoke. Compounded effects. So, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I'm still here. I'm still here, Dag. I did just get a new CPU. Okay, well, there is fire, so let's look at flames. Huh, looks like you can't, oh, you can't put that on the ice. It's against the rules. Sorry. You can put it on the snow, though. Got eternal flame. Is this burning an eternal flame? The cinders are really cool too. You can put them over the lava or fire. Say my name. Sunset. Okay. Let's go back to the this. It is kind of like an aurora. So here we have kind of like a poison fog, or maybe something you would put in like a swamp. Sure. So that spreads it out when the brush density is lower. Be good in sewers, you know? Get out of my swamp, you kids! Okay. Let's open up my... Oop, 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 oop. Let's open up my sewer and put some fog in it. Well, Grim Tidings, we now have animated exports. So let's say you do Roll20. It looks like there isn't an animated export directly, but you can go to video export here and just export here, hit export, and that'll create a 30-second seamless loop at whatever DPI you set it at. And then you can convert that to like a WebM, so you could use that as a much smaller file size for Roll20. Okay, so let's go in here. Getting a little distracted. Excuse me. Like really bad heartburn today. My breakfast is killing me. Had some bacon. Yeah, let's check the water and make it murky. That wasn't even an option. Now it's much more like a sewer. I mean, I'm streaming. Am I dropping lots of frames right now? I am streaming. Ah, bro, make sure you type !claim. And I'm running this. Oh, gonna crash. Calling it right now. Yep. Beta build, yo. By the stream. See, we are doing pretty good, all things considered, but I do have a pretty beefy PC. The only thing lacking on my PC is my graphics card, and even that, it's pretty good. It's a 1080, so a GTX 1080. Like, I mean, it holds up pretty well. My chat bot is crashing. Let me... We'll restart it after this giveaway here. I want to make sure Abro gets his stuff. Let me get that first, okay? Congratulations. Can we get, you know, some congrats to the winner of the giveaway while I generate them a code? Bro, can you verify in chat that you got the key? I just whispered it to you here on Twitch, so you should just have a couple of whispers from me. Man, I'm getting a little overwhelmed and like, just kind of like, there's a lot going on between chat and the amount of stuff we're covering and like giveaways and stuff, and I'm doing my best to keep up with everything. Oh my goodness. Sensory overload. Okay, so we talked about snow everything. Talked about animated exports. Talked about water swapping. We're looking at effects. I have a whole list of things. Wolfgold, I am not aware of a snow brush yet, but so like there's this, right? So you can, but the thing is it's already snow on the ground, right? So let's say you had, you know, some of this here, you could repaint over it snow. Does that make sense? So that it does exist in that context, but this snow brush isn't available in any other biomes that I'm aware of. So it's only available in the snow biome, which kind of defeats the purpose if the ground's already snow. Okay, thank you again, Abro. Here, let's put some lava in here. Why not? It looks so good. So we got a new effects artist, and his name's Kenny, and he is just so incredibly talented. Yeah, you can snow and unsnow the trees. So check this out. You go into the terrain and you hit change. Hold on, the music stopped, and I like the music to play. Upper Easterner accent. Okay, let's see here. So you go into here and you just turn off the weather. And now it's like, the snow's melted other than on the ground. Does that make sense? You could also go in and remove this snow by just putting dirt or other types of things. We could put ice if you wanted to. Just a plain old, permafrost. So one's for the water types and one's for the terrain. Uncle Babu asks, what is the difference between the paintbrush called ice under the terrain brush and the same brush under paint water? As far as I'm aware, Adrian, you cannot, but it's possible. It's possible that the final release will have that. Remember, we're testing and still finalizing some features that will be released in the update. Do you guys want to see the patch notes by chance? Does anyone want to see them? So, by the way, anytime you want, if you can go into Dungeon Alchemist and check the most current patch notes available to you by clicking Help and News. I love the new splash screen for the update. Looks very good. Vim put together a nice little clean, patch notes here for us with these great graphics. So obviously snow terrain, snow weather overlay that can be used on all different terrain types, covers all outside objects in snow, can be configured from the terrain type, even for existing maps. So you can winterize an existing map, which we've covered already. Major AI overhaul. The AI quality is considerably improved on all fronts. Walls, doors, windows, and objects generate much more logically and less random. Yeah, I was going to cover that in a bit. Spoiler alert, Remy. No, I'm just kidding. I spoiled it myself. Water system overhaul, which we've been discussing. Major types of water can be used on the same map, including clear water, lava, frozen water. Water now floods less easily to neighboring basins. New effects menu. Add fire mist, will-o-wisps, and other cool things to your map with an easy brush. Video export. You can now export 30-second looping video of your map. If you use Foundry export, you can change the file type to video and export a JSON and MP4 file that will match. Tooltip now appears when you draw a square to indicate how large the square is. Hold on one second here. I'm going to show you that. So when you draw a room now, notice the tooltip below the right corner of the room, or the left corner here. It shows the size at all times. So you now know the map size, and or the room size. And if you already have a room that's drawn, you just draw this inside of it without finalizing it, and then you know that room size. Unless it's like a weird shape like this, Yep, and down in the bottom corner here, if you click on or highlight this this bad boy here, the little expansion for the corner. So now a lot of people don't know this, but you can expand or contract the map from the chevrons in the corner. And it's also a tooltip now. When you highlight it, it tells you the size of your map at a glance. Okay, so since the cat's out of the bag, I'm just going to show you guys the freestanding walls. They're under structural. And every single wall type, I'm going to reiterate it. Every single wall type has been made into a freestanding object. So you know that one masonry object that everyone loves? It's that one freestanding wall that was in here. Now all of them are freestanding. So every wall can be placed anywhere on the map, rotated, and these also will snap if you have, if you hold control, they'll snap to the grid. So you can place these anywhere you want, you can rotate them. So diagonal walls on the menu. Diagonal walls are on the menu, boys. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sorry if I'm misquoting, these walls will include line of sight, and wall, you know, data. So when you export with these walls, it'll have that. So, well, the cool... Oh, I guess that won't work, actually. So, I mean, every single... I mean, look how many walls. I could scroll for ages. By the way, when you're in these things, do not use the mouse wheel to scroll through them. That's the slow way, and it'll give you carpal tunnel. Just hold your left click, and then just kind of flick, and then let go. So you kind of just do a quick drag. Professor Upsideism, how you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, you could build an entire house like this if you wanted to. Yep, ice walls. Yeah, it is a pro tip. If you just hold left click and then drag across, it's much faster than scrolling with the mouse wheel. I mean, I would essentially probably, if you wanted to use freestanding walls in your build in tandem with regular walls. So I'm just going to build like a cabin really quick, and I'm going to just drop the walls from the structure in the AI settings. So under AI, you can tell the AI to not put any walls, doors, etc. So let's say you wanted to build a structure with, you know, angled walls. So we could take here and go in and then add the walls by hand that we want to add. So there's, say, wood. We have these like log walls, which would be great for like a cabin, right? And I'm just going to hit the plus symbol and do these ones here on this edge, and I'll kind of get at what I'm getting at here in a moment. So now I have those ones done. Now let's go back into the freestanding walls. And these were called log, right? So we have this one here. And we can essentially turn off collisions and then bridge this gap. You just got to kind of find the right angle. And then you can put a couple of them together if you need to and just kind of merge them. And now we have an angled wall in the corner of this house. Now, notice there's some overhanging floor here. A lot of people are like, I don't like that. That's very, very easy to overcome. Just cover it with something on the outside. A bush, whatever, you know? Now you can do angled walls for every type of wall type. So before you were limited to one. As far as I can tell, they are not stackable, so no. I mean, put a bush on it, put a bird on it, whatever. I'm just joking. Honestly, I mean, like, it's really, that's one way to do it, or you could alternatively delete the floor here and then just put some kind of, like, you know, you'd get rid of the walls here as well. This is a little bit more work, I think. Get rid of the walls, put that diagonal wall back, but then you could put something inside, like a bed or something in the corner that covers up the floor. You know what I mean? So when you have that diagonal wall on the outside, it doesn't look that bad. And then the floor is essentially, boom, covered. No, there's not birds. It's a joke. Sorry. There's this show I really love called Portlandia, and there's a skit called Put a Bird on It, where they essentially just put bird stickers on everything, and it's like a premise of an entire business. Yep, log walls inbound. Boom goes the dynamite. It is very cool, and we got a lot more to show. We still have about an hour left. So, stick around. Now we need birds. I will say that there is Hero Forge token linking. Man, why isn't my hero? Oh, it's because I opened from the link, or from the shortcut. So if your Hero Forge account is linked, they do have a bunch of animals now, including like badgers and dogs, all sorts of stuff. So you can actually import tokens that way that are animals. They have cats and stuff. You just have to purchase the token, which is kind of a bummer, but custom model import is on the roadmap. It's on the way. The devs understand you guys are very interested in doing custom imports. And things like the Hero Forge importing and our Steam Workshop were essentially foundational steps towards that effort. So yeah. Hope y'all are enjoying the reveal so far. So let's take a minute. We talked about a lot of stuff. Let's answer questions, because I probably missed a bunch of questions over the last 10-20 minutes. There's so much stuff going on in chat, and I don't like missing questions. So if I missed your question and it didn't get answered by a mod, please drop it in chat over the next 5 minutes or so, and we will talk about it. Okay, any more round room objects? I am not aware of any, but there could be still. There's still lots of stuff that I don't have access to. Remember, this is a beta dev update, so there's stuff that they're working on patching and then they show to me later. Can you draw a few rooms to show off the improved AI? Why not? Why not? Let's draw a log cabin, but with the stuff in it, okay? So we're just... Hold on. Okay. We're going to redraw the room here. So we're going to make a cabin right here on the edge of the ice lake. We have all the AI settings on, so it'll generate with everything inside of it. So, a few things to point out. Notice the window and door symmetry. Much more centered. Table in the center of a home is much more natural. Abro, not at this time. Can you unsnow only 1 or 2 trees? Nope. You can snow all or none. At the that's it. One or the other. I was going to regenerate this, actually, and just see if we can get a different look. Wow. Cannon's kind of interesting. All right. Yet again, I'm not sure why it's generating with a cannon, but sure. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Can you draw a few rooms to show I am Dag? Please put a hole in the ice. Are there fish coming? There are actually a few fish in this next update. Sardines, trout, and a trout with its head cut off. And they have a color brush so you can kind of adjust them a little bit so it could look like a rainbow trout or a salmon or something. Okay, oh. I don't have a cannon in my living room, sorry. So, I will say XTL imports more than likely will be a thing eventually. STL exports, first off, I would never want to 3D print one of these and then pull all the supports off of it. If you think... I do 3D printing all the time. I own 3 3D printers. It's like pretty much the thing I do outside of Dungeon Alchemist. It's my biggest hobby outside of like D&D and Dungeon Alchemist. And I do it all the time. And I will tell you that supports are the bane of my existence. Printing something like this, even a simple cabin like this, like under this table would have 1 million supports, and under this, the walls would be great, but everything else would be a nightmare. These trees, it would not be fun to work with. And on top of that, all of our assets are designed, first and foremost, to be viewed in a top-down or at certain angles where the 3D is more pleasing. The meshes aren't designed for 3D printing. So almost every single asset, like, they're not really designed for 3D printing. And as a result of which, like, if we exported them, they would be missing surfaces in some place. So like this cannon, it looks really pretty, but it might be missing surfaces where it needs to print in certain areas. Your wife loves pulling some... You know what? I'm just going to send all my prints to you from now on, Crazy Eights Commando. Is your wife a serial killer? I'm just kidding, man. Honestly, like, pulling supports is the bane of my existence. I hate it so much. Let's see here. Mix the ice and water in the same areas. Obsid, yes and no. So as long as they're separated by like landmass, yes. So like we showed this a little bit earlier on stream. So if I went through and kind of cut these in half, for instance, then I could have over here like some lava or water in this side. As long as it's separated from the other water mass, it can in fact be different. I don't think I've ever met a 3D printing hobbyist or like person who does it for work that liked doing supports. Like, and I've been 3D printing for like 6-7 years now, so that's like a new one on me. I like, honestly, stunning. Drawing water in a building has been possible for a while. You would just delete a space, you know, like that. And then you would delete the walls, like so. Delete the walls, like so. And then after you have this inner space set up, you can then, hey, let's put lava in the house. Well, why not? The floor is lava, quite literally. Dude, I envy you. TV Haze supports. I'll check that out. Hey, Token Toga. So this isn't technically a VTT. This is a map maker and immersion tool called Dungeon Alchemist. My name is Mac. I'm the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist, and this is our official channel. We're showcasing teasers and reveals from our next update, which is releasing on January 31st. However, a lot of people use Dungeon Alchemist as a limited VTT, even streamers here on Twitch. So it's very, very possible. So now we have... Not at this time, Pinton Snowman. Oh, they're water dissolvable. See, you need 2 extruders for that. Or like one of those things that feeds multiple filaments, and I don't have a dual extruder on one of my printers, but the other one I do, so I could probably take advantage of that. Hey, how you doing? How's the Eccentric stream doing today? Okay, so did I miss any questions? Because there was a lot going on. I tried to Oh my goodness, hold on. Cat froze. So, Token, it's available on Steam. So as long as you can install Steam on your Chromebook, you can install Dungeon Alchemist. I don't know what the specs of your Chromebook is, but this there is a minimum, specs for that. Can someone... Here, I'll just do it. Steam. Xeno Funky, unfortunately, the watercolors you see are all that are available. So, like, I can basically, you know, make it blood, make it mud, make it lava, make it ice, make it water. However, up until today, the water was all that was available. So now we have a lot more options. So hopefully more and more will be available. Yeah, there are ice flows. They like basically are icebergs. So there's a bunch of those. In fact, let's scroll through the new objects. There's a ton of new objects to look at. It's not just ice and water. J-Man, I would imagine it's mostly just, you know, like permafrost, so it's like dirt with ice in it, you know, on the land, a little bit of water and snow, just like really packed, you know, snow and ice on top of the land, whereas here it's just water and ice. What are those bottom buttons? So this one's Kickstarter stuff, which it had to be a backer in the Kickstarter. That stuff is something we're not going to cover today. But I don't know. They're quite different if you look at them in this perspective. Little bit the same, little bit different. Anyway, this way you can have ice on land, so it's shapeable instead of just flat. That would be the main way I look at it. You know what I mean? So, like, the land one can have these weird articulate shapes to them, whereas the water one is basically just this water shape and it's flat. I guess we can, huh? Technically. There's not different levels of water, no. Okay, we're going back to object browsing. So we've got these new, like, kind of dungeon abutments, little pillars and stuff. Arctic Sleigh. This thing is huge. Huge. Excuse me. And it's actually really cool in a lot of ways. So it has light sources that you can adjust. It has... You can turn them on and off, so it has like headlights. It has rooftops, so you can get inside of it and decorate it. So it kind of has like an upper layer and a bottom layer. And then there's doors on it that open. Like a furnace that opens, a back door. What was that last door? I didn't see it. Ah. Another furnace. Cool. It's pretty neat. They put a lot of love into this. VR update? No idea, my friend. We're going to delete that. Here we have this new, like a prisoner wagon. And there's actually, like, all sorts of attachments. Hold on. Found them earlier. Like this here. You can, like, you know, kind of put that on there so it looks like it's just strapped into it. Prisoner transport type thing. Good question. Try and drop it. First things far off, so I don't know. Yep. Look at them in there. All captured and stuff. This guy. Oh. Put him in there. You guys ask all the questions I never even thought to ask. No, it's pretty hard to put a token in there. What's up, Dag? What's the problem? Okay. So, one of the new items that I'm very excited for is these neat little backpacks. There's a bunch of them. There's like 3 or 4. Let's search. 3. And these backpacks, this one here has a light source, as you can see. You can turn it off. Filter it. Change the color of the backpack. It's probably your internet. They are really pretty, right? Couple other backpacks. This one here has a bedroll on top. This one here has nice leather like decorations. Here, let's get in with cinematic mode. I'm gonna really get in there and take a look at them. See like all the details of the fabric and the leather. Looks really good. Oh man, a lot's changed. We've had quite a few updates since our launch. I really like this one. The leather one with like the map case on the side. Looks cool. Very fancy. Okay, so we've got here, we'll go through actually. If you go into utility, I believe there's a whole section just dedicated to camping. I'm gonna open a new. We're not so crowded on this one. Right? We have incredibly talented artists. They're super, super good at what they do. Oh my gosh, I love this chest because it's called an ice chest. In the US, that's basically like a cooler. Ice chest. It is really pretty though. Look at that thing. Stunning. Okay, going back into camping. There's a whole section dedicated to camping. As we saw the backpacks, there's this bed roll. Oh, I'm gonna snow. I don't have to snow. So we have a bed roll that's all like kind of, you know, wrapped up, ready to go. Let's see here. This tent, some of you may have seen this the other day on our socials and whatnot. Bim shared this. Thought the roof was able to be removed. Maybe it's not this one in particular, or the roof removing option isn't in this build. It is pretty cool. You can turn the snow off and on any map, so you can winterize an existing map. So we have some canteens. One laying on its side, one vertical, and there's actually a third canteen, a water bladder. These were actually my ideas. I submitted a list of ideas that I would think would be cool for like people who are mining or caving or hiking would have, you know? Where we keep our beers. You guys. Nerds. We have an unfurled bedroll and a... So basically just 2 bedrolls here. I think you'll be okay, Dirty Rollers. Your poor PC is more powerful than mine. So let's see if this was the tent that had stuff inside of it or whatever. Yep, that's the one. So this tent here, you can remove the roof and decorate it inside of it. It's just like a nice royal tent. You know what I mean? So this would be like the king's tent, while the other tents around it would be like the peasant's tents, you know? So we have those more generic little guys like these, you know? But yes, we do have bedrolls. So unfurled, 2 unfurled bedrolls, and then the one that's furled up. So this, Grobel, this is a map maker and immersion tool, not a virtual tabletop. but it's designed to make maps for games like Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, etc. You make your map and you either print it out, which you can print it out on like any normal printer, or you can take the file to a print shop and get a huge print. I've seen people use the image on a tabletop TV, so they'll play locally that way. Alternatively, you can export for a virtual tabletop, such as Foundry, Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, Above VTT. I mean, there's a Let's Roll. I just found out that works with ours. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Owlbear. They all seemingly work pretty well. Now, Dungeon Alchemist can be used as a limited VTT. There's a streamer live right now, Eccentric, who uses Dungeon Alchemist on his channel as a limited VTT. It's actually crazy. Yeah, we'll go over them a bit. Sorry, we keep getting sidetracked. But like one thing that could help with virtual tabletops is this black smoke. So this is now like a fog of war, essentially. So now you can kind of like hide stuff in that area where you couldn't really do that before. Dungeon Alchemist wasn't really designed for that. You know, but the devs have added all these really cool, neat effect options. So essentially you could, in essence, use this as a limited fog of war. Lightning and oh my gosh. That looks pretty cool. Not bad. Let's check some other effects. Because we missed some earlier. We didn't even see some of them. Necrotic fog. Oh, it's like skeletons. Look at that. Like skulls. Wispy white fog. Steam. This is very new. It'll be available on the 31st. We're showcasing a new update, which will be available in just 10 days. It will clear all effects. So yeah, you could set the brush size with the clear effects brush. So anything you have painted, you just can erase it and go through here. But it'll erase all effects in that area. So, do you use a VTT at all, Grobel? Yeah, we've already done 3 raffles today, actually. We've given away 3 copies of Dungeon Alchemist. If we hit 200 viewers, we'll give away another one. We hit 150 earlier, Corey. We kind of tapered off a little bit, but hopefully it'll get busy again. We still have about a half hour left, so who knows? That's the will-o-wisps by themselves. Yeah, because Twitch is dorks, Memento. Honestly, because Twitch has this very strict thing about creating categories that aren't games, but there's plenty of categories that aren't games, so they kind of are conflicting information. Basically, when we try to create a category on IGDB or through any of Twitch's official channels, they say, we can't create a channel because this is not a game. And technically, it's a map-making tool, map-making and immersion tool. By the way, we got a ton of people here. I'm going to ask for a favor of y'all. Do you think you could do me a huge solid? Like, I really need your help. Before you take off, any of you? So, we are I have been trying since I got hired on as... Hey, So Very Twisted, how you doing? So, I just dropped a link in chat that is to a petition on Twitch's user voice. Their user voice is where they kind of like our upvotey, where they gather information from their community and get votes and comments and stuff. And basically, it's linked to your Twitch account. If you could upvote our petition to get a Dungeon Alchemist or even a cartography category, so all map makers would have a home. But ultimately, I would love to get a Dungeon Alchemist category. I've tried very hard. I've reached out to every contact I have. I've tried following every official channel. The petition is our last-ditch effort at this point. So the petition, if you could hop in, check it out, upvote it, leave a comment, say, you know, please, we need a Dungeon Alchemist category. I love looking for map builders and I can never find them. Or why is there this category but not this category? Anything you feel like commenting would be awesome. I really do appreciate the support, and honestly, I hate asking for it, but it's like, it's a struggle bus for me as the community manager. I see so many streamers. We have so many good streamers here on Twitch, but they're just cast out to every category. They're in D&D, they're in TTRPG, they're in art, they're in just chatting. There's no home for them, and as a result of which, anyone looking for Dungeon Alchemist content that could find them, maybe commission them a map or follow them or be a lifetime subscriber, won't find them because there is no category. It's very hard. And I am so good now at finding Dungeon Alchemist streams. I'm like a stream sniper. I've accrued a special set of skills over the years as a streamer, and with those skills, I will find you, and I will promote you, and I will support your stream. Honestly, I really appreciate you all voting and checking out the petition. It means the world to me. Honestly, it's a struggle. It kind of looks like my Streamlabs might crash. I'm just gonna leave it alone and not touch it. Right? Taken? Honestly, like, it's just frustrating to me as the community manager that I can't get this one thing to happen. Okay, our Dungeon Alchemist name was taken on Twitch. Someone was squatting on it. We recovered it. Someone was squatting on Dungeon Alchemist on Instagram. We recovered that. Okay, but I've set up categories on Facebook, YouTube, Trovo, every stream site imaginable, but I can't get Twitch to make a category. So yeah, of course. We've just kind of talking about one thing. So, got a little sidetracked there. Let's see. Let's show off some AI building. What we're going to do is make a new map. Right? I have already got a ton of user voice emails coming in. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. So we're going to generate a snow everything map. We'll just do flat for the sake of building. And we're going to create. Probel, do you use a virtual tabletop at all? I didn't see if you answered that. I mean, I could show them this week, but yeah, it's probably best we share it next week. So, we have seamless Foundry exports for starters. Both for a JPEG image and an MP4 looped, animated export. What is that noise? Oh, it's eccentric. Oh, he's not live right now, actually. He's typically live on Saturdays. Oh, he's going live in a bit, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if he's live right now. Sorry about that. Anyway, getting back to this. But I'll be like, look on my phone, scrolling through TTRPG or art or D&D, and I'll see a stream, and I know immediately if the map, if it's a Dungeon Alchemist map, I can like spot it on this tiny little 1x1 or 2-inch space on the stream's overlay. I know immediately, and I'll pop in. And my favorite thing to say to anybody is just to pop in and say nice map. I like pop in and just say nice map and just wait. I let it cook a little bit and just see what happens. And I love it. I love our community so much. Our content creator community is so passionate and fun, and there's so many new people experiencing Dungeon Alchemist for the first time in the last few weeks. It's been very fun. Nikki, for instance, Nerds Out, she's pretty new to the community and has been streaming it recently, if I'm not mistaken, right? And you've introduced a bunch of your viewers to it as well. So what I was getting to with you there, Grobel, is you can export a looped video for Foundry or for JPEG, and then a JPEG for Foundry. You export it, that exports with an image or the video, or you can do both, one at a time, and then you have a JSON file that also includes all the light, wall, and line of sight data for said map. Now, keeping that in mind, if you want to create more immersion with Dungeon Alchemist, you're like, well, what's the point of the 3D? So there's a lot of ways you can utilize 3D on your table. So one thing here is you could drop a token in and you could go through and record first-person cinematics and use them as handouts and automatically trigger them the first time someone enters a new area. Or if your players want a first-person view, you could pop open DA, get rid of the view, like the overlay, drop a token in for them, and allow them to peek in first-person view around the environment. So there's a lot of ways you can utilize this. I've seen people make chase scenes, intros to like the first time walking into a new tavern, they kind of like look around, or like I said, like cinematics, handouts, etc. You can take pictures and videos in this mode. You also have this camera up here in cinematic mode. So you have a drone camera, which you can fly through environments. So really the only limit with these tools is your own imagination. And I can understand it's like, oh, well, how do you use this 3D? There's no 3D export yet, but if you are a little clever, you can use this to create all sorts of handout, screenshot, information, videos, etc. for your players. Sack made Sack, are you still here, my friend? I mean, I taught him everything he knows, Nikki. Sack actually today released a one-shot he made in Dungeon Alchemist. He posted content everywhere, but there's like video walkthroughs to kind of give you an idea of the map. Oh my gosh, Sack. Seriously, it's amazing. It's in our Discord. If you're not a member of our Discord, can someone drop the Discord link, one of our mods, please? Please go check it out. Sack is an incredibly talented cartographer. We've dropped the link. His name is Eccentric like 3 or 4 times. I just don't know if he's live right now. He's typically live on Saturdays, but I don't think he's live at the moment. Yeah, he's offline right now. I'm sorry. I thought he was typically live on Saturdays, but I guess he's not. So I think of Dungeon Alchemist more than a map making tool, but it's an immersion tool, right? So a clever DM would use the camera angles and stuff to maybe do a fly through of a new environment, or maybe you have a player who has familiar, they like to fly through environments and spy on everything, so they always get the bird's eye view. You could have a fly through ready for them, so as soon as they ask, you're like, well, why yes, your familiar flew through the area, and check this out. So I know a lot of people want us to work with you know, a subset of modules within Foundry to have 3D maps within Foundry. I'm not saying it's possible yet, but I'll just say we've reached out to people and began talks. Someone possibly named Ripper. That's all I'm saying. Listen, all I'm saying is it's not a for sure thing at this point, but we're looking into it, okay? I know a lot of people ask for 3D export or a 3D VTT export, so it's something that we see you asking for constantly on our suggestion board, in our Discord, on our socials. The devs listen, they understand, but it's got to be prioritized. Too much, pretty much 100% guaranteed it. I'm just saying it's something they're looking into right now. Right? They're trying to shut us down, Steelwind. Honestly, we don't put any content in our map maker which would lead us to be like system based. We're system agnostic. A lot in our community use the map maker for D&D or Pathfinder primarily, but there's plenty of other systems that are used. As long as you're basically fantasy based, Dungeon Alchemist works. So we don't need to worry about the OGL at all. Okay, so we have covered a lot of content today. I just want to make sure. Okay, so we went over patch notes a little bit. Snow, we talked about how you can snow the environments of old maps and new maps, add snow to the tops of things and objects outside. Talked about size tooltips. We talked about freestanding walls. Animated exports, water swapping, effects, and we've gone over some objects. Let's draw some AI rooms. That's the whole purpose we generated this map. So we showed a cabin earlier. Let's draw a new room. What should we draw? Pick a room type. Castle. Hallway. You can't generate round rooms with AI yet. I think one of the best ways you're going to see the updates in the AI is if we generate... Hold on, I want to generate an ice palace. Let's do that. We should see that. Is if we generate something along the lines of like a church. But notice how the columns are much more... Seems to just be... I will say this, the new room types don't have their AIs fully trained, so it seems to be repeating a lot of the same stuff, so just keep that in mind. Oh yeah, the AI adjustments are way quicker, like the way it draws rooms. I tested that earlier today with Spider Lair. Y'all know how long it takes to draw a Spider Lair, right? January 31st, Joker. This is when we're launching this update. So 10 days from now. We actually, next Saturday, we'll be doing another stream showcasing a lot of this same content, as well as a few extra things. So if you missed out a lot of this stream, you can check back next week as well. But the organization of the rooms, a lot of people who use the AI to build will notice it's a lot more like pleasing to the eye at a glance. things look a lot more clean and more organized. Before, things would be a lot more strewn about and like just kind of like wherever, you know? Well, a lot of fortification type castles would be something you'd build by hand, for instance. So on our Steam workshop, there's tons of maps that give great examples of this. One I really love to share is one by Dirty Rollers here, this Hillside Keep. Right now, Grobel, it's only Hero Forge, but we're working on custom imports in the future, so you can import, you know, your own OBJs or STLs, most likely. We're also potentially working with other token, like artists, to see if we can get added tokens in the mix as well. So, like, here is a great example of a keep. These objects are just stackable, like, Lego-type objects that he stacked meticulously on top to make, you know, battlements and whatnot. Yeah, this is a great map. Dirty Rollers is incredibly talented, and I remember as he started making this map, and I guided him through the process. Oh, by the way, Dirty Rollers, you're going to be happy about this. Cannonballs! Put a bunch of cannonballs right there. Yeah, let's winterize it. Why not? Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite new objects is this bomb. It's just like the oldie-timey bombs with the fuse, and that's why I love it the most. Like, it just looks so like, I should have a huge snickering mustache and hold it and be like, meh. An Acme bomb, yes. Well, I mean, a lot of people want that memento, but it was never really promised by our devs at any point in our Kickstarter. So a lot of people have suggested they want multi-level AI support, and the devs hear that. The problem is it's kind of tricky. So when you do 3D and AI and all these variables, there's a lot of things to take into account to get it to look right at multi-level. And as you start multi-leveling with AI, things get funky. So the devs have been working on it, and I think, you know, with time, it's possible. I can't promise anything, but it is something that they would like to accomplish. The winterized version of this map looks great. It's just fantastic. Been, like, just hunkered in through the winter. Oh my gosh. Koanoon, actually, there's been lots of talk about that for the last, like, 4 months, constantly, all over our socials and Discord streams, but I will definitely explain it to you in great detail right now. So, after we leave early access, which we won't leave early access until we've delivered on all our Kickstarter stretch goals. So, our next update, Winter Wonderlands, stretch goal. Floor is Lava, the next update, stretch goal. Once we deliver on all of those stretch goals, we'll leave early access. And one of our lead devs, Vim Deher, has said in an interview on the stream at one point, so this is from the horse's mouth, that when we leave early access, they are considering paid expansions that go above and beyond anything we promised to deliver in our Kickstarter. The only way to multi-level right now is hand building, either shaping the terrain by hand or placing objects such as these structural objects that you see. So there is hundreds, and I mean hundreds under object here, structural. There's all these variable structural objects. We have wooden platforms, stone platforms in various sizes, stone constructions, and these all snap together like Lego, essentially. So you can place them, and they snap to the grid. You hold shift while you place them, boom, boom, boom. Let's put them on top of each other to make a wall. So now, in just a minute, I've created a double wide wall. And it didn't take that long, you know, so you can do this. Now, let's say you turn collisions off up here. You can now rotate this object. So after you place it, you can rotate it a little bit. Man, why isn't it rotating? I gotta hold control while I rotate it. That's right, because it's a snappable item. So objects that snap, you gotta hold control while you rotate them. And then you could put it up here to make different shaped objects. So right now, Memento, without terrain tricks to do multiple layers, you could just do map A, right? So this would be like the first layer. And then you would have your top-down export, right? And then you file save. So this would be the base floor, right? And then you go to file save as, and you do a new one. And then on the next floor, you just redesign it for the new floor. But yes, I understand that's frustrating, and it's like, oh, I wish it would do all this. I wish DA would do my taxes, but unfortunately it can't. And there's a lot of people who want DA to do a lot of things, and we're trying to accommodate everyone's needs, or the greater good's needs, as best we can. The best way to do it is multiple maps, and then your virtual tabletop automatically, you know, teleports between those environments when someone... Could it pay my... you know, it's kind of paying mine, I guess. Okay, let's, what were we talking about? We were going to generate more AI rooms. You guys are nerds. Okay, so I'm just going to say this, and I know it's really sad. Yeah, layers on Foundry. There is only about 5 minutes left in the stream. And today's stream has been rad fantabulistic. I've had so much fun hanging out with you all, showcasing all the new content. For the next few minutes, if you guys have any questions, guys and gals have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. We'll try and run a few minutes late just to make sure we get everyone's questions, because I don't want anyone to feel like they didn't get their questions answered. I do have one more thing to share, and it's gonna blow your mind holes. So, stay tuned. So, one of the biggest new objects coming out are these abstract objects. Now, I'm going to just let you look at these. Hey, Ricky, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the community. I'm glad you're loving it. Thank you for the kind words. I will say right now, this is probably one of my favorite features in the new update. So, abstract objects. So, anyone who's dealt with streaming or chroma keying looks at these and immediately their eyes are lighting up and there's light bulbs over their head, because there's so much potential with this. So, in the past, people have used our customizable carpet, right? Like this parchment or this customizable carpet, and you could put a PNG image on this. One moment. So in the past, if you wanted something like this... Uh-oh. Weird. Ah, the snow overlays it. Okay, let's get rid of the snow. No weather. Done. This was kind of the way you would make a blood splatter, is with this customizable carpet. Or a parchment, you could put like a map on it or whatever there be. You could do custom flooring this way by making it really big. But it always had these borders, and people complained about this nonstop. So, like... For like ever, I pinged Vim constantly and asked him about this, and I said, hey, can we get customizable objects where there's no band or bar around the edge? So this same object, essentially, now you can do blood smears or Let's see what else. How about a custom magic circle? Now, this is where it gets really cool. Let's go ahead and draw a building really quick. So there's these customizable wall ones, which I haven't quite figured out how to wrap this person perfectly. But if you did in like an infinite, like a looped texture, like a wall like this, you could just put that texture in and have a looping texture and have your own custom walls. Now, I played around with this a little bit and I haven't mastered it yet, but here's something I came up with. Oh, no, let's do it on this one. So, people constantly ask about cyberpunk for Dungeon Alchemist. Like, constantly. Like, every day. Now you can have custom wallpapers and walls. Exactly. So, if you are creative and have a little bit of handy-dandy art capability, you can make your own walls, your own floors, your own custom stains, whatever objects, anything you want. Okay, now let's show like this one here. I really like some things. I made these, well, my wife made these graffitis. Uh-oh, it's got a black back or a white background. Okay, the PNG is weird. We got to fix that. It's probably just the file. I'll double check. It could be the file. But anyway, it also could be the object. But anyway, you can do walls that snap into this grid and build a custom mesh or texture of your own. We showed the circles a minute ago. You know, my wife and I, in preparation of this, I asked her, I said, hey, people have been asking for blood splatter for like ever, right? So I had her make a bunch of blood splatters. We have hands, we have hand smears, we have smears on the ground, wall splatters, all sorts of stuff. But the cool thing about this is you could put it like this, right? Let's do the hand smear. Let's do a purple one. Well, that's big. You get the gist of what I'm trying to accomplish, though. Yeah, I will put those files in Discord. She made those just for you guys. That's the whole point of this. I'm going to share them all with you. And they're copyright safe, so don't worry about using them in your campaigns because I made them just... I commissioned them with my wife to make them just for you guys to use them. PNG, JPEG. At the moment. Yep, I will post them in Discord later, share them, okay? Yep. Well, okay, so if you made a wall like this one that had the... so I haven't figured out the dimensions yet. So like this one's going to look weird, right? It's wrapped around. You get the gist. So let's do that that cyberpunk one. You can see it's like wrapped around the whole wall. I haven't figured it out yet and I'm working on it, but... once we figure out these dimensions, you could essentially have a wall like this that you could copy, and then each one would be the same, or you could have a repeating texture, and then every once in a while break up the monotony with a new one, you know, like a window or something. Does that make sense? That's a very good question, Tierless. I will bring that up with the devs. Maybe we could have a texture section. Yep, exactly, Koanoon. You can start doing sci-fi right now. As you can see here, this here is just a cyberpunk texture I had my wife make. You guys, honestly, behind closed doors, I am constantly fighting for you guys' and gals' suggestions to be added. Anything you guys tell me on stream, anything you guys tell me on your own channels, or when I pop into your streams or on your YouTubes or socials, I note it down and I pass it on to the devs, and we discuss it in great detail. I mean, the workshop support is there for maps, but expanding that to 3D imports is something on the roadmap, so you could import your own objects, and that would greatly speed up our asset production. Okay, guys, so here's the deal, and I hate to say this. We are now past our time. It's about time to wrap up the stream. I had so much fun showcasing this stuff with you guys and gals today. First off, before any of you leave, what is the favorite thing you saw today? What's your favorite thing? Hey, Richard McMahon, that's a great idea. Putting the lower floor in there in a perspective, that's really smart. So, Blood Rivers, effects, snow, animations, the FX effects, the best stream ever, animated exports, all of it. UMAC, VTT, Tom, you two, you, thank you, appreciate you. I love the visual effects, the snow filter slider, ice, special effects, the effects, freestanding walls, green screen, particle effects. You guys, honestly, it looks like everyone's excited about a lot of this stuff. Woo! Seymour, Geronimo, right? Seymour was actually the pinnacle of the stream. You guys got to admit it. Can you all do me a favor? If you enjoyed the stream today, please make it known on our socials, in our Discord, you know, just say, hey, had fun on the stream, really enjoyed seeing XYZ. That way the devs know you came by, saw it, and what you're excited for, because they weren't really here during the stream, so they missed out on a lot of your commentary. Oh my gosh, you know what? There's a lot of stuff to show next week. Backlash, and I'm sorry I didn't get to it all, but I will show you. Oh, see, there's crystals for starters. Whole bunch of ice-based stuff. In general, just say you had a lot of fun on the stream. There's a lot of stuff I didn't showcase today because we just didn't get time and we covered a lot of other stuff. But one thing I would really like to show you all. New mushroom types. And the brush allows you to paint them really quickly. So, next week, Saturday, same damn time, same damn channel, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. The stream will be a kind of a repeat of a lot of what we shared today for those that missed, as well as some extra new content peppered in throughout. So, please, if you can, make sure you pop in. I'm going to drop some links. Here in chat. This is our official Discord channel. Oh, did not drop the link for some reason. I just can't get it to work. Okay, if you guys and gals are not in our Discord, please hop in our Discord. It is our primary social network channel. It is the main hub for our community, and it is a great resource if you're new to Dungeon Alchemist and you're trying to learn how to use it. In our Discord, we have quite a few channels generated around support. So we have a support, a questions, tips, and tricks. We also have community creations where people share their maps and builds. You know, so some are shared on Steam Workshop, some are shared there, some are shared in both. We have a general chat, DM, GM chat. So much fun, and it's a great way to get to know the rest of the community, learn tips and tricks, and like just generally just absorb Dungeon Alchemist content. We constantly leak new information on there in our announcements and official content section. Please make sure if you're not in our Discord, go in there, check it out. Additionally to this, we have pretty much socials on every major social network. I'm just going to drop them now. Oops. I am starting to get tired. Okay. Please, 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 please drop us a follow if you guys use these various social networks. As the community manager, it's my job to grow that presence for everyone. So if you are on Reddit and you didn't know we have a subreddit, please pop in there, check it out. If you have a Discord and didn't know we have a Discord, pop in, check it out. I appreciate you all being here. One thing that's very important in our Discord is an event for next week's stream. Make sure you RSVP to that event so you don't miss out. It'll remind you. That way, if you forget, you get a reminder. Next stream will be more of the same and a few more surprises. So I hope you guys stay tuned and check it out. And thank you again for being here. Again, my name is Mac. I am the community manager for Dungeon Alchemist. We'll see you next time. I give a damn.